It's okay to be mad and upset in your lifetime. But baby, I will tell you something now. Just live your life to the fullest. Live your life happily ever after, because you don't want to know what it feels like to, what I mean is, go to hell. The worst thing possible on the on the 10 commands, the worst thing possible on the 10 commands is to be jealous of somebody and to hate somebody for the way that they are and for the way that they became. You get what I mean? That's the worstest sin in the book right about now, to be jealous and to hate somebody. So I gotta say this now to a lot of you now today. That's the worstest sin. I'm telling you that now. So if you ever been jealous and you ever hated somebody, you have to understand this now. You have to understand this now. Don't be jealous of someone. Don't hate them. Don't like them, because that's a sin too. I'm telling you that now. Everything's a sin. But it's a lot of worse other sins out there too that people don't committed, that I done committed myself. And look, I got forgave so many times, and guess what? I went back to doing the same ass things. I went back to doing the same ass things. My thing is my thing is cheating on the one that I liked, loved before before my dad had came home. You get what I mean? I promised him that that's what I was waiting to do. See him then. But eventually my mom ended up actually meeting him. What happened? My mom actually started getting used to him, speaking to him also, getting to know my boyfriend, who he really was. And then what happened was, it's just things, you know, they be in tune, but you gotta understand certain things are in tune only if you let it. You get what I mean? And certain things now today, you have to understand, in this world now today, we are in times where, we are in times where, you know, this world is under attack from a spiritual warfare that's going on. And there are legit me demons walking beyond us today. We can see them in humans too. They're in human form too. So don't think the 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 being that you're around all the time and every day, they might not understand and exist, that they have a demon that's attached to them. But sometimes they might not understand that. But if you if you if you say certain things like, you say certain things like, um you say certain things like, I rebuke that demon that's inside you. They're gonna start looking weird at you, like, oh yeah. Then they're gonna start distancing you. Cause like, oh yeah, they know they have something that's truly deep inside them. So basically, I know the things that I do is like a sin. Boom. But look, I know God still loves me in a way. I know God still loves y'all in a way. Anything that you possibly do, he still loves you. Okay? Whatever you did in this world now today, he still loves you. Okay? Just know that. He just wants you to repent. That's all. Whatever sin you did, he wants you to sit down and repent. That's all. You have to sit down and talk to him. Repent. Because you don't want to burn in a boil of fire with everybody else that don't know of him. And if they did know of him, they're going to get it the worst because you know why? They knew of him and they still kept doing the BS. You know what I mean? So all I say is if you know of him, it's like don't do the BS. Like don't do the BS. The thing about it is the thing about it is it's just psychotic now today. You have to understand these things become psychotic. These things become very ironic. You know, you have people that just don't understand words from how it's supposed to go. You no. My thing is be solid with yourself. Be a solid individual with yourself. Be beautiful with yourself. You know, be more happy with yourself. Be more consistent with yourself, okay? And also don't let a person tell you that you can't do a certain thing in life because you can do a certain thing in life only if you put your mind to it. You get what I mean? So you can do a certain thing in your life only if you put your mind to it. You are that person. You get what I mean? So you have to just understand to just put your mind to it, okay? So whatever you want to do in life, do so. But like all I gotta say is I know how it feels to be a person that didn't have people that liked her. Then now they just out of nowhere started liking me when I started being a adult, almost like teenager, because I started showing my real true self. You get what I mean? When you start actually showing your real true self, and it's a sageful thing that you have low self esteem. That's what I ain't gonna hold you, and I ain't gonna lie to you. When I was growing up, it was a point that I ain't gonna hold you. I did have some type of low self esteem because I would have motherfuckers be calling me ugly and shit like that. And elementary and middle school, high school, all the way. And I grew out of that. Cause one day a bitch, I ain't gonna hold you. A bitch called me ugly one day. I starred on her ass. I starred on her, and it was to the point. It was to the point I was not letting her call me ugly no more. So I had to show this girl that I looked it better than her because I had a little small little shape when I was in high school, and there was this girl that was in my class, and she would look at me like, "Oh, you skinny and you don't have a fat butt," because she always used to look at my butt. And I was like, "Is something wrong with her? She weird?" Because she just keep looking at my ass. And the girl name is Selena, by the way. I will tell y'all that story time too, all over. So she looking like, yeah, your butt, my butt bigger than yours. I'm like, no, cause I'm kind of like slim. Like I was slim. I had a butt, like a butt that just a skinny girl had, but it was kind of like a bubble to it. You get what I mean? It was kind of fitting in the sweatpants I had on one day, and she just happened to look, and then she was like, mm. And then so She rolled her eyes and then she went to go sit back down in her seat. And then I was like, I don't even like her like that anyway. So one day, it became, because she always used to be jealous of me. I was sick. I was not feeling good. I ain't gonna hold y'all. I was not feeling good. I was not feeling well. I called my mom because I went down to the office. I'm like, Mom, I'm going home. Can I go home today? I'm not feeling well. My mommy said, Yeah, of course. Bones. Just make sure, because my mom calls me Bones. I ain't gonna hold you. That's my nickname that she called me. She said, just make sure you lock the house door when you go home because I'm at work and your dad is not home yet. So yeah, because my dad, he was, what you calling him, that at the time. So he was home at the time. But that's the thing. This girl calls her mother, OMG, Mom, I'm sick. I'm not feeling well. And she started fake coughing on the phone. So I already knew something was up. This bitch calls her mom like, oh, can you come get me from my friend Imani's house and Zaire's house? Because I'm going over to their house. This bitch comes in the door with me because I had the house keys. I had to go up this one. I had to go up the street to get the house keys from my grandparents because it was always used to be my nephew and my niece. But my niece went to elementary school, and then my nephew, he was like a little baby, but he wasn't there. So I guess they my grandparents took him somewhere with them, cause yeah, I just came home from school or whatever. So they don't be, they be making outings and stuff and running places everywhere and stuff like that. Boom. So it came to a fact where this girl, she comes into the house. She sits in the living room, spinning around in the chair. It's like this rolly chair because my mom used to have a computer in the living room. Then she had a computer desk in the living room too. So we always used to go on that. So social media, we used to use that for social media. She, I ain't gonna hold you. When I was younger, she was like, "Oh, that's all you do is sit here at this computer with your login in it, cause you're not getting that phone back until a year later." That's how my parents they used to do me, cause I used to be grown. I ain't gonna hold y'all. I used to be a little fast, little thing. Talking to grown men, yes, that was me. Like I ain't gonna hold y'all. Every time I did it, they would find the phone quick and fast, snatch it up from me, and be like, "Oh no, now you're getting the phone back in 2 years." And they literally gave me that phone back in 2 years. By the time they gave me that phone back, a new phone was coming out. So they got us all new phones. And I did the same thing again. It's just so crazy. It was so crazy. I was fast in those years, but this girl, she playing belly dancing music. She said, "This how you supposed to belly dance." I said, "How?" So she showed me how she was supposed to belly dance. Her birthday is at 12 o'clock. Shout out to this girl. I don't even like this girl like that. But her birthday is at 12 o'clock. She's going to be 26. So, yeah. Or 27 or something like that. I don't know. Maybe she's my sister age. But my sister's like 26. Yeah, my sister's 26. So she's going on 26. Because she was 25. So she's going on 26. This girl. So she gets the belly dancing, and then I'll get up and I start belly dancing, and then she gets behind me. I'm like, whoa, 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 whoa. I already felt uncomfortable. I'm like, whoa, 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 whoa. What are you doing? Because I had a boyfriend named Devin, and that's when my parents did not know that I was dating all over again. and they told me that I was not supposed to be dating until I got out of high school because I was 17. I ain't gonna hold you, and I was graduating high school at that time, and that's the thing. When I was 17, I'm graduating high school at the time. I'm on the phone with my boyfriend or whatever. Boom, boom, bam. That's when they stopped really checking my cell phone. Like they really stopped being on that checking my cell phone. The last time I got my cell phone checked is when I was about 21 years old. I ain't gonna hold you. Like I ain't gonna hold you. It was not funny, but it was kind of, you know, it made it kind of, you know, it made it kind of insane because it was kind of embarrassing. It was kind of embarrassing. And why it was kind of embarrassing because I was 21 years old and I knew exactly what I was doing. And what happened was it was just like and that was not necessary to ask if I was a crack baby. Shelby, Rondos. That was not necessary to ask that. Why would you ask somebody if they was a crack baby? No. Never been a crack baby. I don't know who you're talking about and who you think you're talking about, but that's never what I've been. But anyways, so it goes to a belly. It goes from me belly dancing. Boom, I'm belly dancing. This girl started rubbing on me. I'm like, whoa, 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 whoa. This girl's getting crazy. So it became to a point. It became to a point then. So she grabbed my hand. She took me to my room. Somehow this bitch knew where my room was. She pushed me on the fucking bed because I remember that. And then she started putting her hands down my fucking pants. And I'm like, yo, what the fuck is wrong with this girl? Then she finger popped me. And then I don't know her. She's like, why are you moaning like that? And then I started witcher calling on her. She wasn't even doing anything. It's like she was like this, breathing so loud. And I'm like, whoa. It's like, yeah, there's something wrong with this girl because this girl had not once even what you call it. Like, but I'm enjoying the what you call it. That she's what you call it, but she's like, and then like breathing, trying not to like, what you call it. I don't understand. And then I was like, I guess my older sister and her sister, her younger sister, came through the door. Her younger sister gave me a hug because she's like, Sai, what y'all was just doing? And then I'm like, nothing. Like, I'm just over there, just like, she like this. The older sister, she like this. Shh. And then I'm like, yeah. I shook my head at her and said, yeah. Then my older sister was like, yeah. So Tiani, this, that, and the third. So yeah, they arguing. I guess they, going back and forth what this girl said and what that girl said. Then boom. So they stopped liking Tiani, the girls that is in our house. They stopped liking the Tiani girl. They was trying to make my older sister stop liking her too. I remember my older sister. I think she did something to get suspended, but she fought somebody. She beat that girl ass. I ain't gonna hold you. And I think one of the principal hands got stuck in one of the fucking doors. And it was so fucking crazy because I was like, that's my sister. I was yelling at them like, that's my sister. What are you talking about? Like, I, I'm coming back to get her phone and her backpack. Like fuck. And then, cause like the one of the teachers gonna be like, oh, get over here, get over here. Nah, that's my sister. I came back to get her book bag and her phone and bring it to her, cause like that's my older sister. So that's when I went back to just give her her book bag and her phone. I'm like, sis, you good? She was like, yeah, I'm good. I have whooped that bitch ass because she beat her ass. And I was just like, oh, damn, damn. Everybody like, oh, because like, they did not think that she was going to jump on her. No, she tried to size my older sister up and think that my older sister was gonna play that. So my older sister said, "You know what? Hold this real quick for me, Zai. Watch this." She jumped on her, and I was like, "Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit!" Like I was just like, "Damn!" And then I was just like, it's like everybody started just cracking up because that girl was getting her ass whipped, and then my sister finally stopped whooping her ass, and then the principal came and got my sister, and they said, "Oh, we're tired of her fighting and stuff. She's always either getting into a fight with somebody in here and stuff like that. She got to get suspended or you know go to a different school or whatever." So my older sister did. She said, "Fuck y'all anyway. I'm out." Boom. She started living somewhere else, and then boom, what happened was she started going to a different school and she graduated from that different school. So that's good that my older sister did that. And then, yeah, a couple, it's just like a couple months later, the same thing happened again with me and this female. When she came over to my house, my mom said, "What are you even talking about? This girl touched you in that mannered way, and you had her in my house. What are you even talking about? You know better. You're not even supposed to." Because my mom came up to school and I was telling the teacher that. She says, "You're not even supposed to be having anybody inside the house. What are you talking about?" I said, "Mom, what I'm trying to say is she touched me." She said, "Don't worry about it. You're not having her come over there no more. You're not even having nobody actually come over there no more because I don't even like stuff like that. You know that. Like, you playing these little childish games, like you're playing around and stuff like that." I'm like, "I'm not playing around. This is serious." Like, she's like, "If it's serious, then why are you just not actually telling me this stuff that occurred?" Because I'm like, it just actually happened just like a week ago. Because the teacher was like, "Yeah, I'm not sure how all these things are happening, but she said this happened." She said that this happened, this occurred at the house. And then now